everybody. Welcome to another episode of Two Women,
Two Opinions
with your girl Marty
and Taj.
We back at it again, y'all. It's 2022.
It surely is.
We ain't see y'all since last year. How y'all been? It's been a whole
he clowning today.
It's the whole new year, new positive attitude. I shook my funk. I ain't had no choice.
Yes.
I was going through a little funk for the last 2 weeks of the year, but I shook it like kind of did the Harlem Shake. You feel me? We had to bring back the 90s dances and shake off these kind of funks that we have nowadays.
Yes.
Baby, it ain't no joke.
It was a low.
Yeah, it was a low blow. So I feel very good. I feel like this year is going to be an amazing year from the beginning to the end. Like, it's going to be dope. Like, we got so many things planned, so many things happening. You know, Two Women, Two Opinions going to stay afloat. We going to keep it popping, locking and dropping over here at this show. Anyways, I just love the fact that I had so much fun for New Year's, and I didn't go leaving my house. I was right there. And
y'all look so cute. They was fresh to death, y'all.
Yeah, we had a whole brand new outfit on. Who living room outfit wasn't fly?
Girl, they was extra fly, okay? They had the black velvet. It was sexy. I was like, go ahead.
Right. And everyone was saying, like, let's go downtown to Fremont. And then it was like $50 to go down there. And I was like, I'm cool because, you know, stuff probably happens. So I just stay home in my neighborhood and party with my
And then they
neighbors.
was out there driving recklessly and everything. You didn't want to be outside.
Yeah, anyway, I was wasted. I'm talking about chocolate wasted. I was through, but I had a great time with my neighbors. And my cousin came out. I was so happy that she came out because she's a hard worker. She's a nurse, so she's always in the house. But it was pretty dope. I love it. Yeah,
me and Smoke did a little like drop in, drop back out. Like we was gone out the house for 2 hours. We went and met the new host for Ignorant Intelligence, which was cool. The family vibe was there, so it was nice. But we did a little 2 hours and we was out. It was like, it's time to go home. I was in the bed by 1 a.m., y'all.
No, so Top called me, one of my friends from online. He was like, I called you and you talking about hang up. I was like, first of all, I didn't know that was you. And second of all, my music was on the radio. So I was like, sorry. I didn't mean it, but it was just funny. He just laughed about it. He was like, I knew you was faded. Like, I wasn't even worried because you was faded.
Marty
I
was
was still, you know, it was the
Was it tequila? I knew it. I knew it.
So I made a punch, guys. I made a punch. And what was crazy is I put like over a fifth of tequila in there, but you couldn't taste it at all.
What did you put in it?
I ain't telling you. I call it junk punch. I just put everything in there that I see and I just put it all in there. But it tastes like juice. So people was drinking it like with their dinner. Like they was going to get the punch because I told the kids, no kids.
Right.
So the kids didn't touch it, but they was going to get the punch to drink it with their dinner. Everybody was wasted in the party.
Oh my.
But it was a great time. So it was a good waste. Nobody got in no fight, no arguments, nothing like that. It was perfect. Like really.
That's how I felt. I was like, it was a good way to start the year. It was super chill. Came home early, went to bed early. I was like, yeah, this is how I like it. This is how we're going to have to do it going forward. We don't do too much.
We went to the mountains to see the ball drop.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, the fireworks was crazy. They was shooting guns. It was nice though. No. But they was like, it was organized chaos. I want to be honest with you. It was really organized because it was so many people up there. It was like a club by the mountains. But it was so fun.
Was it cold?
Freezing.
Hell no.
Freezing. I'm talking about so cold where you could... Yes, it was really cold. But we had a good time. And then we took the kids out there. The kids were able to see the fireworks and stuff. So that was dope. So
was it the view? Oh, that's nice.
You know, right up the street from my house. Yeah, so.
Yeah, Marty's got like the perfect... She right off of Charleston, so... Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Y'all don't know where. Man, I'm just saying she got like the nice. Yeah, it's like I ain't say too much, but she got a dope view.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait, my bad. But you got a dope view.
I do. Thank you. Moving right along. I started last year, so it's just.
He's like, you just gonna give the whole address, my bad.
Damn. Anyway,
you started. Oh, my bad. So this week, y'all, I don't know. I hate to start the first episode of the year off kind of dark, but
I did.
Oh, I guess you did, right? So, LA cop shoots a suspect, and as he's shooting a suspect, a 14-year-old girl gets shot while she's hiding in the dressing room with her mother. So I got a clip for y'all. And then we're gonna talk about it. I feel really horrible. There's no way in here.
Diamond formation, guys. You get all victims. LAPD, all victims come to us. All victims come out. We have a victim down. Let's go down. Hey, slow down, slow down. Let me take point with the rifle. Hey, back up. Get out. Hold on. He's going to two.
You got it? You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's hitting
Straight on the right hand side.
Hey, she's bleeding. She's bleeding.
Hold up. I got it.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Hey, take those hands.
Get your hand down. Get your hand down.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, she died. So did the suspect.
When we start shooting in the stores?
Well, the call that the got dispatched was that the suspect was armed. He had a gun. There was no gun. So it was like they shot at him for absolutely no reason. There was no gun. Instead of them trying to, restrain him somehow, some way, there was plenty of them. Mind you, this is one man. There's like 15, 20 officers. They don't restrain him. They just shoot at him, and the bullet ricocheted into the dressing room and shot the baby. So, yeah.
When did the police officers just start shooting in clothing stores?
I just feel like that's too close proximity. You shot over a victim, like directly over a victim. There was somebody laying there bleeding. They shot over the victim. What if the victim had just decided to stand up for whatever reason?
Wow. So what's next? So what's the story?
I mean, it doesn't look good for the officers, obviously. Is right now there's still details lingering and all of the stuff that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it just doesn't look good for the officer in question. Like, what were you thinking? Isn't there should be protocols for all of this, right? This is why we have officers. This is why we have the police officers. This is your whole job, is to first protect and serve. So
that's crazy to have.
I don't know.
And to be a customer there, not even knowing what's going on, maybe just walking in the store and then just hear shots fired in a clothing store. That's scary. Like, this is the world we live in. Welcome to America.
Man. And I just feel, this is just the start of the year. I feel horrible for that mother. She had to stand there and watch it. Like, did you hear how horrific that scream was?
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
The whole scene was just unbelievable. I'm just sitting here like, and this is what I love about us. We know what we're going to talk about because we go over the details, but we never really see our videos and stuff like that. We kind of know the story. Like, that's crazy. The whole thing was horrific, like from the beginning to the end. That's scary.
I just feel like I
feel sorry for
when do we stop shooting first, asking questions first? Like,
no weapon was involved.
I mean, he had a weapon, but it wasn't a gun. He had been in there harassing customers for at least an hour. Like, he had been in there taunting women. He's mostly directing his attacks towards women.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the man himself wasn't well. That's what I'm saying. Like, he wasn't well. So why didn't y'all try to detain him
health
first?
All the time. Mental health is real, guys.
Man. So I just feel, like I said, my condolences to the mother.
He has to definitely be accountable for his actions. We're not saying that.
No.
We're saying that the police officer needs to do their job as they're trained to do, to figure out if there's something wrong with the person that they're going to,
It's always the shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah. They shooting first. So the officer is on leave is what you're telling us, right? So he's on leave. So I guess we'll keep up with that to know what's actually going on. Yeah. The world is crazy, Lord. All right, moving right along, because since Todd, you want to start it off like this.
Yeah, my bad. It struck a chord with me, and I was just like, yeah, we're going to talk about this.
So you know how we've been keeping up with the COVID and the new variants and everything out. Oh my gosh.
Omarion personally sent a message to Marty and was like, yo, put some respect on my name.
Okay, so but there was an Orange County prosecutor that died from COVID. Let's play the clip and then we'll talk about it a little bit here.
District Attorney Kellyernby has died of complications from COVID-19. She was a vocal critic of vaccine and mask orders. KCAL9's Sarah Donchie got reaction from Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer.
I'm Kellyernby. I'm running for the state assembly in the 74th district.
Kellyernby, a rising star in the Orange County Republican Party and deputy district attorney in Orange County, has died after contracting COVID-19.
Just a phenomenal prosecutor and a great, great friend.
She worked as part of the Orange County District Attorney's Environmental Protection Team, prosecuting those accused of polluting the environment. Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer said Ernby had been out of work for several days and that his office was shocked to learn the news of her death.
There were literally people who took a knee to the floor. I mean, it was like they were sucker punched.
So today we're walking in Huntington Beach where I live. We're knocking on doors, meeting the voters.
Ernby ran for an Orange County State Assembly seat in 2020, earning key endorsements.
So the reason why this stuck out to me, because remember we was talking about who was very big advocates of the vaccination and everything. So she was a huge advocate for it, but it was not clear as to where she was actually vaccinated or not. A lot of the time when she did her campaign and stuff, she wasn't masked or anything. She was more of a, if we get the vaccination, we shouldn't have to wear masks. So she stood behind that. And like they said, she was behind the environmental control and everything. So that's why it stood out to me is because it was like I don't know if she was vaccinated or not. I don't want to say she was or wasn't, but she was an advocate for it, but she was also an advocate for not wearing masks. You know how we always speak, even if you're vaccinated. If you're vaccinated, you should still wear a mask. That's how we feel. But like I just, thoughts and prayers are going out to her families and friends. And I just wanted to bring that up because I just feel like if you're an advocate for vaccinations, you should also be an advocate for masks.
Like you said, the details on how she died are still kind of like wary of whether or not she was vaccinated. But to me, like you said, if you are an advocate, you should wear a mask. It doesn't make sense. If you're going to get the vaccine, keep taking all of the precautions. Make sure you're still washing your hands. Make sure you're sanitizing every time you touch something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But rest in peace to her. And definitely thoughts and prayers go out to her family and loved ones because these new variants and everything is really hitting hard. It's coming in fast and not slow. I know a few people that's really sick right now that I know personally from the new variants. And it's a few of them I know that are vaccinated. So,
and get tested at least once a week. Like, it's free. Why not get tested?
Yeah.
She's like, nah.
No, I mean, I'm not saying no. Yeah, definitely. If you know me, I'm not. I mean,
you don't really go nowhere.
So
Marty don't go nowhere.
If I was a person this is the only place I really go. Every Thursday I come to the studio.
So you don't leave Charleston.
I don't leave Charleston, guys. No. Honestly, like I don't go anywhere. Like you can come to my house, like, and 8 times out of 10, I'm going to be home. Unless I'm out shopping for the kids or whatever. And now I'm going to be home even more because I'm going to have the kids even more. That's going to be my job now. So, yeah, I don't go anywhere. So if I was to go back to the club scene, of course I would get vaccinated. I mean,
for those of us that are outside, definitely get tested as often as possible.
Right.
Just because, like, you just don't know. And you would hate to be a carrier and be asymptomatic and you don't show any symptoms. And you passing it around to people.
Scary.
I literally just got tested 2 days ago. So just get tested. It's free. Like, and then now they got the home test too. So there's really no excuse on not getting tested.
And it's in the water, so you might as well get tested.
It's in the water, y'all. I know so many people that's been sick. It's not even funny.
And did you see when they were testing the at-home test with water and it was coming back positive? Did you see that story? I wanted to talk about it, but my cousin told me, like, I always reach out to my cousin. She's a nurse, so I always reach out to her, and she's a crisis nurse too. So when I first seen it, she was like, I wouldn't talk about it because it could be something wrong with the test. It could be anything.
You don't know where they got the
bigger,
test.
if it got bigger, I was going to mention it. But yeah, they were actually using the at-home test. But I don't know, it could be in the water, I guess. I mean, a small amount of it has to be in the water at some point, right? I mean,
I don't know about in the water, but
in Vegas water, you just never know. We got
Vegas. Well, not look. Don't you can't compare Vegas to like the Flint situation. Like our water ain't that bad. We got hard water.
We got very hard water.
Yeah,
very hard. Like you come here, my friends and stuff will come here from Cincinnati and take one shower and be like, damn, why my skin's so dry.
Man,
I got moisture upstairs because I got extra moisture because, it's crazy.
You got to have the shea butter, the coconut oil, because the water is harsh here. No joke.
We're going to throw it back with
be lathering.
The Crisco oil.
Girl, stay sheeny.
Anyways, while we're on the subject, before we go to the halftime break, but while we're on the subject of the pandemic in itself, so it's new studies out now that proves kids born through the pandemic may need a closer look, like with their mental health.
Oh,
Let's go ahead and see.
I got one.
You're not about to come at my girls like that, okay?
No, I mean, one of them isn't a pandemic baby, but my second one, that's a pandemic baby. I had her literally at the start of the pandemic. She's wild.
This pandemic kids are like scary, but you got to remember, like in 2009, I think, when it was a recession here in Vegas, it was really bad, remember? And I feel like us growing up in that shit.
About children born during the early stages of the pandemic. The results suggest that they're developing at a different rate than those born before the pandemic. NBC News senior medical correspondent Dr. John Torres joins us now to dig into this study a bit. Dr. John, can you break down this study for us here a little more specifically and how it was conducted?
Definitely, Aaron. And what we have known from the past, especially in wartime environments, that the stress that a mother endures during pregnancy can affect the baby later on, especially in the early stages of pregnancy and the baby in the early stages of their development once they are born. But what we didn't know is how that stress during the pandemic might be affecting them. And that's what the study set out to prove. And it was a study done in the springtime of 2020. So this was back, a year and a half ago. It was in New York City. And if you remember back then, New York was what we were calling at the time the epicenter of the epicenter. So it was a very stressful environment. I was there. I think you were there as well. What they did is they ended up getting 250 pregnant women, and then they followed their babies 6 months after they were born. They also compared that to 60 women who had given childbirth before the pandemic, and these babies were born before the pandemic. And they looked at the two of them, and they found out that children who were born during the pandemic ended up having some issues, and particularly having issues with fine motor skills, gross motor skills, in other words, being able to pick up things or reach for things, and then social developments at the 6-month time period. And so this is, like you mentioned, kind of an alarming finding. It's a small study, but it's showing that stress can affect the fetus, which we've known, and can affect the baby. But at the same time, the pandemic stress is one that can affect them heavily, Aaron.
Oh, okay. No, I just mean mine is bad as hell.
No, they were talking for future reference. So I totally agree because, like, it's first of all, like you said, these babies are different.
These kids are different.
But seriously, I just feel like, for lack of better words, they had kind of a setback because when we grow up and we went to cousin's house and stuff when we were born and went for first Christmas over to grandma's house. These kids really didn't have that at first. That first Christmas when the pandemic, because everyone had to stay in the house. So like meeting people, social, I just feel like it was a setback in a way. Because the stress that their parents had to endure during that, a lot of people was losing homes, losing cars, losing jobs, losing careers, and people were making a lot of money went to making little money. So I just feel like over the years and after, throughout the years of their life, it's going to be something that's going to mentally always endure them because they had to go through that. Our childhood was just a little bit different. Even if you was born in like a recession time or something, it just wasn't like that to where we was locked down for 2 weeks and stuff like that. So
I mean, our parents had like their share of issues during their, you know what I'm saying, during our upbringing, but like you said, they weren't on like any kind of lockdown.
Right. And then stuff like, let's not say normally, but when we did have pandemics and stuff, it wouldn't last for a year, maybe 2 years. This stuff is going on and on and on.
Like we don't know when this is going to be over.
We don't know when it's going to end. They saying there's new variants happening right now, developing right now. So I just feel like with that, they're not only born in it, they're raised in it as well. So they're being raised in a pandemic. Like I'm a pandemic child, not a pandemic baby no more. Like then you're gonna be a pandemic adult at this point. Like, and then imagine with that though, like with teenagers when they're getting out of high school. Imagine graduating high school or going to college.
And you started in the pandemic.
Yeah, that's crazy. You didn't even have that going to the club, having those college parties. Like you didn't have that experience, or you may not be able to go to college or live in the dorms and stuff because of the pandemic.
I don't think kids, the college scene, I don't think it's changed too much because these kids are still out here.
But they wasn't even they wasn't able to live in the dorms.
Like, you can do miss out on that.
Experience.
But I don't think it stopped them from partying.
Oh, hell no. Nah. They probably was partying more because they was stuck in the inside.
And shit. Yeah. Girl.
But like being new to the scene, what if you didn't even know where the hell the party was at? Everybody already know it's in the basement.
Make friends.
And everybody talking.
But see, like, I was literally talking to somebody like this. Like, the generation behind us are very much like into the social media apps. So like the ways to meet new people, Tinder and Hinge, you know, like that's really their generation. Like they can meet people online and then go meet them in real life. Whereas like our generations, we're kind of hesitant to.
That's because we was out more. Yeah, we was on those city buses and stuff like that. Actually, I remember when the city bus was 50 cents.
Girl,
and didn't get a little day pass.
Gas was like $2.
And we talked about how our generation had the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
because we was there when we all didn't have cell phones, and I remember getting my first cell phone, and I remember upgrading. It was like a little Nokia.
I had a Nokia, the brick phone.
Yes, baby. I miss Snake. So, and then we live in the era now where kids are 5 years old with phones and stuff like that.
My mama gave my children, and I have a 3-year-old and 2. My mother gave my children an iPhone. She's like, I don't use it. I was like, but that's not the point. Like, it's not the point. Like, what do they need?
YouTube, can you pull up Blippi? Like, what?
Girl, they both have tablets. Like, just watching them. And the way that they interact with it, like they can spend, like, they have a limit. It's 3 hours.
Dirt at
girl,
age.
That's what I'm saying. We was outside.
Yeah,
we was beating each other with sticks.
Playing. You remember when your daughter went outside my backyard and she wouldn't let me close my door? She acted like I was really putting her out. Like I was literally just trying to close the door because I didn't want bugs to come in. And every time, like, she would stay out there if the door stay open. She would even run to the gate, didn't even know the door. But as soon as I closed, she's like, ah! I'm like,
she can't be too far away from me.
Somebody come and get this child. She crazy. But when she wasn't there, I locked all their ass outside. Sure did. But I told you until they ran into the street, and then I had to lock them on the side. The little kids had to stay on the side. Big kids, and they was talking to them through the gate like, I was like, that's so sad. Y'all can't go out there with them.
Because they don't know no better.
No, they don't know.
And that little light skin, she crazier. She's the craziest out of the two. She's the craziest.
I don't know, man. I got to beg to differ, dog. Like,
she got to experience a totally different side of my child. I don't care how pleasant she was at your home. Okay, I have to deal with her on a daily. No.
I'm talking about. But look, so Hayden is the older one. She wanted to play. She like, I turned off the lights and let them play hide and seek. She was like, I'm playing. Harper was like, no, ma'am, I'm staying right here with you. And then she didn't cry though. She just sat down and was like, you know what? I'm not about to play with them. Them are my girls right now. You feel me? So I just feel like it was just different. Like, she didn't cry. She didn't make a scene. But if I told Hayden, if she about to fall down all the damn steps because she want to play with the big kids, I'd say, you got to sit down for a minute. She like, oh, hell no. Nah. Like, all right, let me let them tumble your ass down these steps. Then what? And there ain't no hospitals open.
Girl, they know I don't do that no way.
Open.
We don't do that no way. We know too many doctors. Like, we can make a phone call. Because I ain't got time for it. I'm not explaining nothing to nobody.
But it was a hell of an experience for me. 8 little girls in my house. They had a great time. But I was like, y'all got to wait till a whole nother year for me to do something like that.
Marty was just another big kid in the room, though.
I didn't even drink that night. Can you believe that I didn't have one shot? I had to stay because I knew somebody was going to try to like get over on me. Like, I just knew somebody was going to try to play me.
You couldn't be inebriated.
Yeah, nah. Because you know how most kids party in the black community, they turn into grown parties anyways. Not that one. That stayed a kid party from the beginning to end.
1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4 or 5 years.
Yes, they do.
Girl, what kind of turn up was you on F05?
Well, I wasn't at the turn up. My party ended, and then the grown party started.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I was about to say, you was like, lying
not the kid.
The kid party ain't turned to a grown up party.
Yeah, it always did.
What?
Grown folks was outside playing dominoes, drinking, smoking.
I'm talking about at 1. What you mean how old? At 1 year old, my party turned to a grown up party.
Okay, it really wasn't for you.
That's a fact. Okay, let's go to, before we go to this halftime break, this is something that I want to reiterate to you guys, because we do got a lot of people that wait till the show is on and be like, I want to shout out. Okay, that's fine. Just inbox us and let us know what we shouting out, and we can talk from there. But what you do have to do before you before you even come to our inbox, you got to make sure you like and subscribe to the Vegas Hype Media pages and our YouTube as well. Y'all need to like, subscribe to everything. Don't even come reach out and ask for something if you ain't even do that thing there. That's the smallest thing, and that's free.
Participate.
Yeah. And then do that. But while we're here, if you want a shout out, make sure you go like, subscribe to all of the pages. It's that easy. And then hit us up in the inbox and we'll go from there. Anyways, we always start out by saying, you know where we at, Vegas Hype Media Network. Make sure y'all like the page, subscribe to the YouTube, follow the Instagram, and go ahead and check out the website. It's pretty dope. No shade. We got a lot of good talent on this network. Let's start by saying Famous Gems with a Z. Go to www.famousgemz.com. .net. Damn, shut up, Todd. famousgems.net and check out the marble. I do have it on sale right now, y'all, because I just made a fresh batch, so check that out. Next, we have Transcend Jewelry, which is my wife's company. She make dope crystals and stone stuff, and she actually got some new stuff to be released. I'm gonna just shut up because she keep telling me to shut up until she got it finished. I'm gonna just shut up, even though I see it every day because I keep walking past her office. Like, next, we have Taj. What we got?
Wild Bartending for all of your bartending needs. Hit me up. It's at Taj Wild on everything. Before we wrap up the small business shout outs, we also want to start shouting out local artists. So if you are in Vegas, you've got music, DM us on either Famous Gems with a Z or at Taj Wild. We'll check it out. And if we like it, we'll play it. And if we really like it, we'll bring you on the show, do a nice little meet and greet, chat with you, get to know you.
Maybe Flavy. Next up, we have Creative Hands and Minds, which is my sister company. She makes some dope, like picture frames that light up, all type of crazy stuff. And that's pretty much it for the small business shout outs. Make sure y'all hit us up for them shout outs.
Please.
Oh. Should I tell y'all now?
Tell me now.
Okay. So we'll tell you after the break. We're going to tell you after the break.
So the song this week is Tell Me by It's Ivy Official.
I mean,
oh, yeah. Hey, Devil R. I think I'm gonna need some Patron for this one. This that feel good music. Y'all can go ahead and keep that 42. Hey, do me this one favor though. I want everybody grabbing their cups, put it up. It's about to be a good night. Yeah. I said, baby girl, thick. You need to back that ass up. Baby, come pick this cash up. You know we getting lit. You see, I'm backing my back up. I with my niggas, they act up. You niggas, you act up. We pull up in black trucks. Our diamonds are different. I'm fucking 4 different women. They be like, damn, how you make it look so easy? Well, baby, tell me, how do you want it? And how do you feel? I'm just a nigga from the trenches in the cash gang. I'ma show you how to get a bag for real. So how do you want it? And how do you feel? I'm just a nigga from the trenches in the cash gang. I'ma show you how to get a bag for real. How you want it? And how do you feel? Nigga from the trenches in the cash. I'ma show you how to get a bag for real. How you want it? And how do you feel? Nigga from the trenches in the cash. I'ma show you how to get a bag for real. I spent the dub in the club just to show love. Now every chick up in the club wanna suck me up. When I was broken, all these hoes wanna laugh at me. And now I'm up and now these bitches wanna bag at me. This lifestyle, I'm nice now, I'm iced out. I'm getting paper, so I'm flying niggas right style. Now when I spend it, I don't ask for the price now. But if you leave your bitch alone, she getting piped down. Do you want it? And how do you feel? I'm just a nigga from the trenches in this cash game. I'ma show you how to get a bag for real. I said, wait, how do you want it? Yeah. And how do you feel? I'm just a nigga from the trenches in this cash game. Hey, you gonna get a bag for real. Let me hear all that, please.
Welcome back. Marty is a fool.
Welcome back for the halftime break.
Again, that was Tell Me by It's Ivy Official. Make sure to go check out his Instagram, y'all, or his YouTube. Just go ahead and like and subscribe to all that.
Yeah, just do your job.
Do
you. All right, so what I was so excited about to tell y'all, and I was gonna wait until after the break. I'm glad you guys came back so y'all can hear my voice. Anyways, we have a new segment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of reverse with our Netflix segment, that because the only reason why we kind of shook with them because we had a lot of guests coming in, and that's kind of a personal subject for us. So anyways, the new segment that we have, which I'm so excited for, because like we said before the break, there's a lot of people reaching out to us for shout outs and stuff like that, and small business people to come on and promote their business stuff because they see us do the artists. So we have a new segment called Black Girl Magic. It's going to be once a month. We will bring an upcoming already established business owner to come and tell us what they do, how they do it, how they got started. It's a great promotion. Also, some rules for this is the same rules for the small business shout out. Now, we will talk about anything as far as promotion and stuff on the show, as far as compensation, anything like that. But as far as this segment, you guys have to do the same thing as if we did your shout out. Make sure you subscribe, liking,
hit the bell, all of that.
And on Vegas Hype Media as well. We know you guys are following us on Two Women to Opinion on our Instagram, but we need you to follow the Vegas Hype Media Instagram as well, because that's how you're going to get updates on us. Like, you get small clips and stuff on there, like our producer dope. Like, you get everything. All right.
Business.
And so that's our new segment. It's called Black Girl Magic. It'll be once a month. I'm thinking maybe doing like the end of each month, so that, you know, it will get time for each month, like throughout the whole month, to, you know, to keep the conversation going and stuff like that. So definitely look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. That's why it's so many more men artists than it is females, unfortunately, right now. So that we kind of give the men that. Yeah. And plus, when they come, they're able to talk about everything they do. They don't only talk about their music. So,
and it is a lot of dope black-owned women businesses here in Vegas. So, yeah.
So we want to give some of that into that. So we're starting that the end of this month. And we'll just keep y'all posted, because I definitely got someone in mind already to come on, and I've been reaching out to her and stuff like that. So we'll keep you posted. You'll know. We'll have a set day. We'll advertise. Just go to our, if y'all want to know, our Two Women to Opinion Instagram, it's mostly ran by Taj. So y'all go on there and y'all look up and y'all inbox us and y'all like it and y'all comment and stuff on there. She will respond. She's very on as far as responding. If you tag us in anything, or even if you tag us in something like you seen the show and you like, hey, I want a segment right here, I want a shout out right here, you can tag us and we will post it on our story, because Taj is really good with keeping up with that stuff.
Yes. Holla at me.
Holla at her.
So what we got next?
That's on you, dog.
All right. She was trying to make it go fast. Anyway, so you know the new Scream movie is coming out, right? This would be the 5th installment to the saga, and I am a huge Scream fan. That was probably like my first slasher film. But I do want to talk about the 2006 Scream Killers. I was, Googling the Scream movies because I was trying to watch them. And then I stumbled upon this story about 2 teens who were in high school who plotted to kill some of their friends and ended up murdering one of them, stabbed the girl over 30 times. And of course, they are in jail right now for life. So yeah, I got a clip for you.
Interrogations of 2 16-year-old killers have never been seen before on YouTube.
I just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie. Oh, fuck. That felt like fucking real. I mean, it went by so fast.
Shut the fuck up. We gotta get our act straight.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Just 4 days after filming this video, Brian Draper sits alone in an interrogation room. He gets up and looks outside before shaking his head and sitting down to play the air drums. He takes out his wallet and reorganizes its contents. At first glance, it might seem he's not taking this seriously, but as his questioning goes on, it becomes abundantly clear that he's trying unsuccessfully to calm his nerves. And Brian has more than enough reason to be nervous. 4 days prior to the taping of this footage, a sweet local 16-year-old girl named Cassie Jo Stoddard was brutally murdered while house-sitting for her aunt and uncle. When the homeowners arrived back at the residence, their 13-year-old daughter stumbled upon the horrific scene of her cousin's bloodied body on the living room floor. The question echoed in everyone's minds: who would have committed such a heartless act?
So, the reason why,
That's
obviously,
so
it's just,
sad,
I'm like, what kills me about the whole situation is how everything was handled. Now, I feel like the cops did everything to the book, so you really can't say too much as far as, like, how they obtained the evidence and everything else. Like, they didn't give all that during the 2 hours I watched. But it's how the whole situation ended. Like, these kids knew that they were going to get away with this. Like, they were 100% sure. They started videotaping themselves talking about this murder and made a murder list of people that they were going to kill after her. Yeah, days before.
So did this continue?
No, they
Okay.
only they murdered her, and of course, because these are not mastermind killers. These are kids. Like,
Right.
essentially, they just took an idea and ran with it. One of them swore like he knew exactly what he was doing because he's watched so many horror movies.
But they did do it.
They did do it.
Oh, wow.
And obviously with the mounds of evidence that they left behind between the matches, the fingerprints, the gloves, they literally gave themselves up at one point because they had dug themselves too deep in a lie, trying to convince the cops that they didn't do it, that the truth ended up coming out anyway. And then of course the cops ended up searching their house, finding the videotapes of them basically saying, hey, we did it. So I just think we got to look at the fact that these kids knew for certain that they were going to get away with this, right? Then you got to go back to how it was all handled. Like, at one point, the parents allowed them to be questioned for so long. And I was like, at any point, you could have stopped. The cop told them at the beginning of each interview, like, you don't have to be here, right? You could get up and leave at any time.
They wanted to brag.
The parents sat there and they talked for hours. Like, questioned them about everything for hours. I was like, at a young age, my mother taught us, no matter what, if I'm not present, you do not speak to a cop, right? So, and I don't want to make this like a white black thing, but it's just, we were taught at an extremely young age, you don't talk to cops. So the fact that they knew that they were going to get away with this murder, right? And the parents were so sure that they didn't do it that they sat there and allowed their kids to be questioned for so long. I'm like, there's a lack of something that side of the world is missing out on.
Well, I don't know. Like, I was watching, again, like I told you the other show, I was watching confession tapes last night. I don't know if you know that. It's on Netflix. And it was basically the cops coercing people to lie on themselves. I don't know if you heard about the story from back in the day when they said the teenagers beat up the lady in the park. It's like the Century 5. So it was kind of like that when they had them in the interrogation room and they had them lie on themselves. So that was kind of what it was. And it was actually some black kids. It was like a 14-year-old, a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 18-year-old, and a 19-year-old that ended up going to jail for it, for something that they did not do. They just kept lying and said that they did do it. And coming to find out, it was a whole nother person that did it that was already in jail before they even got interrogated. So I just feel like it just kind of depends on the era and what area. I just honestly want to say, because
it was early 2000s.
They let them talk. And the mom, she was like, when they came and got my son, they lied to me and told me that they was just trying to clear his name. That's what the black mother said. And they had her kids in there basically lying to the camera. Like, they lied on themselves, like, and said that they did something.
I feel like we was taught that at a really young age, though, because I'm sure your mother had that conversation with you. Like, you have to be aware that
the police talked to me too when I was younger and they weren't supposed to.
No, see,
so, but I didn't really say much to incriminate myself at that time. I didn't say much, but the fact that they talked to me had my mom very fucking livid, and that's when I kind of learned that it's better to not say nothing at all than to say you didn't do it.
Dig yourself in the hole.
Saying that you didn't do it makes it worse than you just saying not shit at all.
Right. I mean, if you read the comments underneath this video and everybody automatically went to, this is just white boys doing white boy things. My issue with it is that I feel like it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's just a lack of common sense, a lack of, there's not enough conversations happening when stuff like this happens. Like, they deserved everything they got. Don't get it twisted. I feel horrible for Cassie Stutter's family, but all in the same sense, like, on their behalf, not to speak for them, the parents. Like, you allowed the cops to talk to your kids for way too long. Why didn't anybody say, hey, we need an attorney before this goes any further?
Well,
now, don't get me wrong, they were still going to get caught.
Not saying that you didn't want them to get caught and go to jail, but it's just like it could have been played out a little differently. It could have been handled
so much different. Like I said, there's just a lack of something there socially. And then obviously these kids, there was something wrong with them. They weren't well-adjusted children. You know, they idolized the killers. What is that? I'm trying to think. They idolize like Ted Bundy and those kind of serial killers.
Yeah,
like
see, they want to go. They the little kids that be out there fucking killing cats and shit.
That's what he said. Like at one point, the officer asked the friend, the Brian kid, if he had ever noticed that he would torture animals. Like, you got to pick up on that kind of stuff early. That these parents obviously were not paying enough attention to their children. But it's not just that. I mean, like I said, just how the whole situation was handled from the jump. There's a lack of something socially there that part of the country is missing out on. That's all I'm saying.
Not that part of the country.
That part of the country is missing out on.
But that's that made me think of one of the stories, like I said, on confession tapes. It was a young man and an Indian young man and a white man. They was best friends. They was young boys, maybe 18, 19 years old. The Indian family was slaughtered. His mom, dad, and his sister. So come to find out, they end up doing the Mr. Biggs on him. You know, Canada Mr. Biggs, where the interrogation tactic where they basically bully the kids and make them thinking they are in a drug cartel or whatever to make them think they big bold and to basically start telling on yourself. So they used that tactic on them, and the boys lied. They basically was like, yeah, he was out there doing that to my family, and we was up there, and they literally had an alibi. They was literally at the movies, in the movie theater, people seen them there. So, but the people that was in there, the undercover cops, they were actually using the Mr. Biggs interrogation method and end up having them lie on themselves to say that they killed his parents and his sister. So it was like, it's kind of crazy because it's like me, I'm not about to lie on myself. Like, what the fuck?
I'm not about to lie at all. Don't put me in no situation like that.
I'm not
if I feel like I gotta lie, we already got problems.
So they basically told that they did this and that and the third, but every detail was off. They would say that they hit the mom with a bat upside her head, and she was hit on the side of the face. I don't know like that. I don't know. Like, it's like you have to see it on Netflix. It's called confession tapes. And they basically have police officers and undercover cops and using different interrogation strategies to get these people to admit that they're wrong about something that they never did.
Yeah.
But these people actually have alibis. Like,
so
legit.
Why lie?
Okay, but remember that one show that we talked about here?
So if you didn't do it and you gonna own it, no, that don't make sense.
But remember that one show that we talked about here when that man was going around raping people, the smiley face killer. I told you about the smiley face kid. And that lady, remember the lady and the man, she ended up lying to the police and said her and her husband ended up killing that lady there. They didn't have nothing. She seen that shit on the news and lied on her and her husband and said that her husband did it and she helped her husband. Come to find out, the smiley face killer got mad that they was taking they was taking his credit, ended up going to the police and said those people did not do it.
I'm saying, like, there's something wrong. There's
Why
something
would
off.
you go and lie and say,
lying.
I killed this lady? She said, my husband killed this lady and I helped him.
And it was a whole lie.
And they spent like 7 years in prison.
That don't make no sense.
Until they got released. Like, that's fucking crazy to me. I mean, that is crazy to me. Like, to go and lie about something that you know you did not do to serve time.
For somebody else.
For somebody else.
I'm not doing that. I'm
not doing it. That blows my mind.
I'm not doing
like
it. But that's what happened between these two kids. Like, one of them lied to cover his own ass and try to push all the blame off on the other kid who, I mean, to me, you don't stab a person 30 times and there's no kind of real hatred or anger there. I don't even get that. They, like I said, they deserve to be in jail for life.
Right.
But just the trying to pass the blame, like, oh, he did it. He's more wrong. He started the stabbing and then I came in after. No, you both wrong. Y'all both deserves to be in jail. That's what I'm saying. They knew from the jump that they were going to get away with this.
See, this show today gonna make me go home and watch For My Man. Have you ever watched For My Man?
Not For My Man.
Girl, yes, when they be doing all them crimes and then be lying.
I just feel like people live in a false sense of reality that we all don't tune into.
I'm going to tell y'all the honest God truth. First of all, I'm not going to let you put me in a situation that I know I can get in trouble. Everybody knows about me. Everything know about me. I'm not trying to get back in trouble in my life. I'm standing too strong on it. I worked way too hard to get where I am.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ask you not to put me in that predicament and you put me in that predicament, I am telling. Now,
thank you. I've said this my whole life and I get cussed out for it. You a snitch? Yes.
If I put myself in that predicament and I tell, that's a snitch.
Mm-hmm.
If you drag me in this predicament, I'm telling you, my boy.
I'm telling. I'm not going to jail for you.
On confession tape.
I'm not going to jail
on camera, I'm telling on your ass. And I'm coming to court.
Okay.
I'm not going to jail
you
for
in the eye while I tell the truth. Like, got me fucked up. No, that's real though. Like, I'm not going to jail for nobody.
I don't care. You call me what you want. You ain't going to call me an inmate number.
I will never be prisoner 1225. No.
You call me what you want. You got anything else for us?
Yes. So, okay. I was like,
back.
Girl, I have no problem admitting that I will snitch on you, especially if you drag me into some shit. So up next, I've got a killer chimp. It's gonna sound funny.
Oh, like a chimpanzee?
Like a chimpanzee.
Oh, yes. They are killers though.
I don't even understand why people try to own them as pets. So that's exactly what happened.
My Chinese zodiac is a monkey.
Is it really? I think I'm the goat. That's kind of dope.
It's a water monkey. Oh, I was talking about the killer chimp.
That looks like Michael Jackson Thriller. What are you talking about?
Do it though. So this family adopts this chimpanzee at a really young age. Chimpanzee gets a little older. Family members die, and obviously, as any animal, they tend to get a little feisty towards the end. He just took his little feistiness to a whole nother level. End up ripping this woman's face off. Yes, she's done all kinds of interviews.
I think I've seen something like this, honestly.
It's wild. So I got a video for you, and then I want to show you the picture of her.
Does she only do radio
face.
interviews?
No, she does. Like, she had an interview with Oprah. She's been all over the TV with her face reconstructed.
Oh, they didn't do like the silhouette?
No,
I mean, the different voice. Like,
the newer ones has like a little veil over her, but for the most part, no. And she's blind. She's lost her vision, her nose.
Oh, yeah.
They reconstructed her entire face.
I would have whooped that monkey ass.
So she doesn't care what she looks like.
He got shot to death.
Yeah, I think I heard about this.
Yeah, he got shot to death.
That's remind me of Harambe.
What's your emergency?
Oh, this is Sandy. 221 Rock Crimin Road.
What's the problem?
Police. Send the police.
What's the problem there?
The chimp killed my friend.
What's the problem with your friend?
Oh, please.
What's the problem with your friend? I need to know.
Send the police up with a gun. With a gun.
Who has a gun?
Please hurry up. He's killing my girlfriend.
What is the problem?
He's killing my friend.
Who's killing your friend?
The 911 operator makes it worse.
Oh, your chimpanzee is killing your friend.
Yes. He ripped her apart. Hurry up.
With a gun.
Hurry up, please.
There's someone on the way.
With guns, please. Shoot him.
What is the monkey doing? Tell me what the monkey...
He ripped her face off.
He ripped her face off?
He's trying to attack me. Please,
Okay,
hurry.
I need you to calm down a little bit. They're on the way. Can you put yourself away? I don't want the monkey attacking you.
Please, hurry up. Listen to me.
They're on the way, ma'am.
They gotta shoot him, please.
Hate this.
Please, hurry.
You're there with your friend. I need you to help your friend. Can you go help your friend?
Hey. Attack me now.
Is he still there with your friend?
You can go ahead and pull the picture up of the lady. So
the monkey was in the background like,
that's why they laughing, y'all. They ain't laughing at the victim, I promise you.
No, we're not laughing at the victim. Of course not. We're not. We're not animals.
They had this chimpanzee for 14 years before he snapped. And now there were several instances before he lost his shit. Where they basically should have put him in a sanctuary. I can't stand neither one of them. They had to reconstruct her entire face. So she lost her nose, her eyes. She's completely blind. She lost both of her hands. Well, she lost one and lost most of the other one. I can't stand Quan. She got 2, but 1.5.
No, I'm dead ass. No, I'm about to be honest with y'all, because y'all know I was dead ass laughing at the operator and the monkey in the background screaming. Because the operator is like, so what is the monkey over there doing? And the monkey in the background like, ah!
The monkey was losing his shit.
He's over there monkeying around.
I didn't bring this here so we can laugh at this poor woman. Again, Chimp was like 14 years old. Y'all gotta stop buying these exotic ass pets, okay? The people that be sleeping with the big ass anacondas, all that shit. Y'all gotta stop this.
Why the 911 operator sound like he's like talking to someone on the side? Like, man, this girl said she got a monkey. It's like, dog, call the police, bro.
You know he was, because he was confused. He was like, what is happening?
Now he was talking to the person in the other cubicle, like, man, this lady just said she had a monkey.
Chimpanzee.
What kind of calls you got today?
And then when the cops showed up, the chimp was super aggressive. He jumps around to the other side of the car, rips the police car door open. Cop just set it off on him.
Oh, yeah. It was time for him to go then.
I mean, he ain't had no choice. He lived for about I don't know, I think they said 10, 15 minutes longer. He ended up finding a way back into the house and died in his bedroom. But yeah, they kept him locked up for like 3 years. He was used to being outside.
That shit. So I mean, that's what.
Just stop buying these exotic ass pets. Didn't y'all learn nothing from the Tiger Man? Stop buying these exotic ass pets.
He said, my boy was in the background monkeying around.
I can't.
Oh shit. Okay.
I didn't bring this here so they can laugh at this poor woman. Brought it so we can bring awareness to you special people that like to buy exotic pets.
All right. Okay. Anyways, we do have a gag of the week this week, guys, which is not funny. This next story
this is gonna be funny.
It's not fucking funny, but of course me and Quan go figure a way how to make it a joke. So Amazon workers steal a bunch of packages right before Christmas.
YOLO.
Let's watch this video real quick.
This morning, 3 people are behind bars accused of stealing thousands of Amazon packages right before Christmas.
Not thousands.
Everywhere we looked, there were packages.
Investigators finding packages upon packages at this Oklahoma home Wednesday. They say one of the suspects was a contracted Amazon driver, and instead of taking the boxes from Amazon to the post office, he took them to this home outside Oklahoma City.
When they would go to Amazon distribution center to pick up their pallets, they would possibly grab an extra pallet or two and then take them to the residence in Luther and unload them.
It's a scheme
like he wanna
that
laugh.
allegedly went on for a while.
There were several thousand packages there. That's something you're not going to do overnight or even in a month or two.
About 1 week ago, deputies found hundreds more Amazon packages dumped on the side of the road, and along with them, information leading them to that house. The sheriff's office says some of the packages have now been returned to Amazon and will be redelivered. Amazon is urging affected customers to report any delays to Amazon customers.
It's like we don't even trust you now. Why would you take them back and redeliver them?
2 months later.
Where about 400 packages were found.
Oh my gosh, y'all
driver was arrested
Look at
on
this.
suspicion of cargo theft. As far as
They was throwing the packages in the woods?
Yeah,
I'd be mad as hell.
So, child, when I say
one of the workers was a chimp.
listen, so when I say 95% of the gifts that I bought for Christmas was from Amazon, so I would have been pissed.
Can you imagine?
And then the second of all, why y'all just stacking them up in the house? Why y'all not going through them at nighttime and selling the shit?
I'd have
and
been
then
getting rid of that shit.
Yeah, why y'all just got it all sitting there?
You gotta
like,
move that, like bricks. You gotta
That
move it.
doesn't
Like
make
you can't
any
have it
sense to
sitting
me.
in your house. No, you have to have the evidence just right here.
It's just chilling. And then I not only got it in the house, they got the trail. They got boxes of trail leading to them.
Oh
Like,
my
come and found me.
God.
Here go the packages.
Girl.
And he taking, and that's how you know they just dumb thieves, just stealing for no reason. Cause he still got the pallets wrapped up.
Oh, he didn't go through none of it?
He didn't go.
So you
all
just
that
stealing
stuff that
this
you see,
still?
he didn't go through none of that shit.
See,
Like,
dumb criminals. Dumb
so
criminals
you
do
just
dumb
stealing
things.
and taking from families, and you didn't even go. You don't even know what you have.
I'd have been moving that shit. We'd have been outside
Right, I
having
would've
yard
been-
sales regularly.
Baby, you know you could have sold mystery boxes. You could have not even opened this.
Been on eBay, fast selling that shit.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for another show. This show
sound like
actually
criminals.
brought our spirits really high. I'm actually happy as hell. Like, I feel really good, guys. Please make sure y'all liking and subscribing to the Vegas Hype Media pages and Two Women to Opinion.
And Famous Gems, because she always forget about herself. And
With a
at
Z.
Taj Wild.
Anyways, we love you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Same time here at Vegas Hype Media. Two Women to Opinion, and we out.
Y'all going to hell. I just want both of y'all to know. Y'all going to hell.